We're going to start with illustration 8. Prepare a comparative statement showing the bonus, total earning and rate per hour under Halsey and Rowan system. So we are going to work only on Halsey and Rowan system as this is a comparative statement. We are making a comparison between the Halsey and the Rowan systems on different categories of the employees in the organization. Now, standard time, which is already given 10 hours. The employees are supposed to work for 10 hours. Rate per hour is ₹1. Time taken by each employee, there's all these are employees. The time taken by each employee is 9 hours, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, etc. Drawing a conclusion about the bonus earned under both the system. Now, you're going to start with the solution. Here, first one is time taken. Time taken of the first employee, he takes 9 hours. Second employee takes 8. Third, 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. These are the employees who are taking the time out of the 10 hours. Now, time saved. What are we going to do is, we are going to deduct the time out of the standard time. Now, the first employee took 9 hours out of 10. So, the remaining hour which he saved is 1. Second employee took 8 hours out of 10. So, he saved 2 hours. Third employee took 7 hours to complete the work and the standard time is 10 hours. So, he saved 3 hours. Fourth employee took 6 hours and he saved 4 hours. Fifth employee took 5 hours and he saved 5 hours. Sixth employee took 4 hours and he saved 6 hours. Seventh employee took 3 hours and he saved 7 hours. Eighth employee took 2 hours and he saved 8 hours. So this is time saved. After deducting from standard minus the time saved, we get the time saved answer. Now, we are going to calculate three things. We are going to calculate bonus, we are going to calculate total earning, and we are going to calculate rate per hour. First one, bonus. Remember one thing, whenever you are going to calculate Halsey plan, the bonus which has been given by Halsey plan is 50%. 50% is the bonus. Now, we are going to take into consideration time saved. The bonus is, the calculation is completely done on the time saved. The calculation is completely done on the time saved. How many hours time has been saved by the employees? Depending on that, we are going to take into consideration and calculate 50% on the time saved. Now, bonus. So here, first one we are going to calculate Halsey. How many hours the first employee has saved? 1 hour. So 1 hour, 1 into 50%, we get 0.5. Second employee has saved 2 hours. 2 into 50%, it is 1. Third one is 3. 3 hours into 50%, I get 1.5. So this one is the bonus where how many hours the employee has saved. All the employee, we have to calculate 50% on that. We are supposed to calculate 50% on that. That is the bonus of Halsey plan. Now we are going to calculate on Rowan plan. Rowan plan, we have a formula to calculate Rowan plan. The Rowan plan formula is time taken divided by time allowed into time saved into rate per hour. So time taken by the employee is 9. Time allowed is 10. Time saved is 1. Rate per hour is 1. So 9 divided by 10 into 1, I get 0.9. 0.9 is my bonus on Rowan plan. Rowan plan, we are going to calculate bonus on the proportion. Second one. So the second employee took 8 hours and he saved 2 hours. So 8 divided by 10 into 2 into 1, I get 1.6. Third employee who took 7 hours and saved 3 hours. So 7 divided by 10 into 3 into 1, I get 2.1. Fine. So this is the bonus which we are going to calculate in Rowan plan. Halsey plan, we are just calculating, taking into consideration 50%. And Rowan plan, you are going to apply this formula to calculate the bonus on that. Now, after this bonus has been calculated, what is the next part which we need to calculate? We need to calculate total earning. Total earning on both Halsey and the Rowan plan. So what are we going to do is, we are going to apply the formula of Halsey, we are going to apply the formula of Rowan and calculate the total earning of both. Now, what is the formula for Halsey? Halsey formula is earning is equal to hours worked into rate per hour plus half time saved into rate per hour. So how many hours the first employee has worked? The first employee has worked for 9 hours. 9 into rate per hour is 1 plus half time saved is 1 into rate per hour is 1. So 9 into 1 divided by 2 we get 0.5. So 9 plus 0.5 I get 9.5. Second one again. Time saved is time taken by the second employee is 8 hours. 8 into 1 because it is rate per hour. Rate per hour is rupees 1 plus half. Time saved is 2. 2 into 1 2, and in that 2 into half we get 1. So it is 8 plus 1 is 9. Third employee is 7 hours into rate per unit is 1 plus half. How many hours the employee has saved? The employee has saved 3 hours. 3 into 1 is 3. So 3 into 0.5 we get 1.5. 7 plus 1.5 we get 8.5. So this is the way how we are going to calculate on Halsey with regarding to the total earning. Now we are going to take into consideration how was the calculation done under row 1. The row 1 it is earning is equal to hours worked into rate per hour plus time saved divided by time allowed into hours worked into rate per hour. Hours worked, how many hours the employee has worked? The first employee has worked for 9 hours into rate per hour is 1 plus time saved. The first employee has saved 1 hour divided by time allowed it is 10. Hours worked it is 9. Rate per hour is 1. So 9 plus 1 divided by 10 I get 0.1. 0.1 into 9 I get 0.9. 0.9 plus 9 I get 9.9. Next one. The second employee has taken 8 hours completion to complete the work, and how many hours they have saved? They have saved 2 hours. So 8, how many hours they have, what is the rate per hour? The rate per hour is 1. 2 divided by 10 I get 0.2. 0.2 into 8 I get 1.6. 1.6 plus 8 I get 9.6. So 8 plus 2 divided by 10 that is 0.2 into 8 I get 2 divided by 10 2 divided by 10 it is 0.2 into 8 I get 1.6. So 8 plus 1.6 I get 9.6. Third one, 3 divided by 10 I get 0.3. So 0.3 into 7, 0.3 into 7 I get 2.1. So 7 plus 2.1 I get 9.1 plus 7 I get 9.1. So the earnings we are supposed to calculate based on the formula which we are going to apply. What is the formula for Halsey? What is the formula for row 1? We are going to apply the same. Now once we know how to calculate bonus, we know how to calculate total earning. Now what are we going to do? We are going to calculate the rate per hour for both Halsey and the row 1 plan. Halsey and the row 1 plan. So whenever you are going to calculate rate per hour for Halsey and row 1 plan, we have a formula which need to be applied to calculate both. Now in Halsey plan, total earning divided by time taken. Total earning divided by time taken. It is a formula which is applicable to calculate the rate per hour. So how much is the total earning? Total earning is what is the earning of this Halsey which we have recently calculated using the formula which we have calculated. The first employee has 9.5, second is 9, third one is 8.5, 5, 7.5. So keeping that is the total earning which we have to take and we have to calculate for the rate. Now total earning of Halsey first employee is 9.5. 9.5 divided by time taken by the first employee is 9 hours. So 9.5 divided by 9 I get 1.05. Second employee, total earnings of second employee is 9. Second employee's total earnings is 9 and they have saved time taken to work is 8. 9 divided by 8 is 1.125, it is 1.13. Third employees earning it is 8.5 divided by 7 I get 1.12. Fourth employees it is 8 divided by 6, I get 1.33. So this is Halsey plan. Now whenever you are going to calculate Rowan plan, Rowan also we are going to apply the same formula, that is total earning divided by time taken. Total earning of the first employee is 9.9. 9.9 divided by time taken, it is 9 divided by 9, I get 1.1. Second one is 9.6 divided by 8, I get 1.2. 1.2. Third one, it is 9.1 divided by 7, is it? It is 1.3. So this is the way how we are going to calculate rate per hour. So for bonus and rate per hour, you need to know how to calculate the formula, and total earning, which is already the standard formula for Halsey and Rowan plan, which is already been given. So this is a comparative statement showing which you are going to do the calculation for both Halsey and the Rowan plan. Okay, now we are going to start with the next illustration, illustration 9. Illustration 9, it is completely a sum which you are going to speak on the Merrick's differential piece rate system. Whenever we are going to calculate with Merrick's differential piece rate system, we have a standard rule which we need to standard rule in the sense it is standard slab which we need to calculate whenever you are going to take into consideration on that. Now when I come to that topic, I'm going to speak on that. Now as of now, we'll start with the illustration 9. Illustration 9, from the following particular, calculate wages of 3 workers under Taylor differential piece rate system, Merrick's differential piece rate system. So we have to do the calculation for both, that is Taylor's differential piece rate system and Merrick's differential piece rate system. So what is standard production? Standard production per hour, it is 6 units. Standard production per hour, it is 6 units. In 1 hour, you are going to produce 6 units. Normal rate per hour, it is 12. Normal rate per hour, it is 12. Next one, in a day of 8 hours, production of 3 employees, X manufactures 38 units, Y manufactures 45 units, Z manufactures 60 units. Now, when you see the question, here in the question, rate per unit is not given. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to calculate rate per unit. Okay. Now, what is a normal rate per unit? Normal rate per unit, that is normal rate per hour, it is 12. And the standard production per hour, it is 6. So, 12 divided by 6, I get 2. 2 is the normal rate per unit. Here they have given normal rate per hour and standard production per hour. Both they are given, but they have not directly given the rate per unit. So we are supposed to calculate normal rate per hour divided by standard production per hour, and we are supposed to find out the rate per unit. The second thing what you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to calculate in a day how many units can be manufactured by a employee, standard manufactured by an employee. So it has been told the organization the employees are supposed to manufacture per hour, it is 6 units. In a day of 8 hours, how many units they are supposed to manufacture, the standard units they are supposed to manufacture. So 6 into 8, we get 48 is the units which the organization, that is the employees, are supposed to manufacture. So this one also, the second point also, you should keep in mind whenever you are going to write or whenever you are going to calculate on any of the part, that it may be a differential or it may be a Merrick. Now, once you are calculating this Taylor differential piece rate system, these are the 2 things which you have to keep in mind. First, you have to see whether the rate per unit is given. If it's not given, first you calculate the rate per unit. Second is, what would be the actual standard production per day, by keeping into mind how much is standard production per hour into a day, how many are supposed to manufacture the units. That also should keep in mind whenever you're going to calculate the sum. Now, we are going to start with the first one, Taylor differential piece rate system, that is earning is equal to number of units produced into differential rate per unit. So here they are given, when you see the sum, units of Taylor differential piece rate, here they are given the efficiency of the employees, it may be standard 75%, efficiency above the standard is 110. So if the employees are manufacturing below the standard, that is the actual standard below the standard, then they'll fall under 75%. If they're manufacturing above the standard, then they're going to then they'll be falling under the higher standard, that is 110% of the standard slab, which is the standard slab which has been given in the Taylor differential. So it is 75%, which falls below. Above the standard, it is 110%. Now, number of units produced is X manufactures 38 units, Y manufactures 45, Z manufactures 60. Rate per unit, which we have already calculated, it is 2. Second, Y it is 2 and Z also is 2. Now, when you see what is the actual standard which you are going to manufacture in a day, you are supposed to manufacture the actual units is 48 units in a day. So in 1 hour you are manufacturing 6 units. So in 8 hours you are supposed to manufacture 48 units. Yes. So when you see the first employee, they are falling under the lower part. They are falling under the lower part. So they will come under the standard which is lower standard. So they will be having 75%. 38 into 2 into 75%, I get 57, because the standard slab which they are supposed to manufacture is 48, but they are manufacturing 38 units. So X is falling under the below standard. Second one is Y is manufacturing 45 units. 45 units into 2 rate per unit into, again they are also falling under lower standard which is 48, but he is manufacturing, the employee is manufacturing 45. So 45 into 2 into 75%, I get 67.5. The third employee who is manufacturing 60 units, which is above the standard on the daily basis. So the employee has been told to manufacture 48, but the third employee has manufactured 60, which is above the standard. So what are we going to do? We are going to take into consideration the efficiency above the standard is 150. So they have the ability to manufacture the product which is above the standard. So 60 into 2 into 110, I get 132. So because they are manufacturing, the ability to manufacture, it is above the standard. More than 48 units they are in a position to manufacture, so they'll be falling under the higher rate. This one is a standard slab with regarding to the Taylor differential piece rate system. The next one is we are going to speak on Merrick's differential piece rate system. Before we start with Merrick differential piece rate system, I want to understand the slab of all these 3 categories. So any employees who is manufacturing up to 83%, they will fall under 100% of the normal piece rate system. Any employees who is ranging between 83% to 100%, they will be falling under 110% of the normal piece rate system. If any employees are manufacturing above 100%, so they'll be falling under the 120% of the normal rate. How are we going to calculate this? We are going to calculate this first. We are going to calculate and segregate this. Before that, we have to know the category under which category the employee falls. X will fall under 100, or Y will fall under 100, or Z will fall under 100. This one will get to know whenever we are going to calculate with the percentage of efficiency. So the first part, whenever you are going to calculate Merrick's differential piece rate system, you have to first complete the calculation of the percentage. Percentage of efficiency formula is actual output divided by standard output into 100. How much is the actual output of the first employee? Is 38. 38 divided by standard output. How much is standard output you are supposed to manufacture in a day? It is 45 into 100. 38 divided by 48 into 100, I get 79.17%. 79.17%. Second employee is manufacturing 45 units. 45 divided by 48 is a standard into 100. I get 93.75. Third employee is manufacturing 60 units divided by standard is 48. I get so much into 100. I get 125%. So these are the percentage the employee is manufactured. Now I am going to take into consideration the slab and put them under the earning. So first part is calculation efficiency. The second part which I am going to calculate is row 1. Second part which I am going to calculate is row 1. Now whenever I want to calculate a row 1, earning is equal to number of units produced into differential rate per unit. So the X employees manufactured 38 units into rate per unit is 2 into they are falling under 79.17%, which is below 83%, So what is the slab rate for that? It is 100. So 38 into 2 into 100% will get 76. 38 into 2 into 100%, I get 76. Second employee, the percentage of efficiency is 93.75. So it is he's manufactured 45 units into rate per unit is 2. So this percentage is 93.75. When you see under the slab, it is 83 to 100%. The slab rate is 110. So what are we going to do is 45 into 2 into 110% is 99. The third employee efficiency, it is 125%. So the slab is above 100% of efficiency, it is 120%. So 60 into 2 into 120% is 144. So this is the way how we are going to how we are going to see the productivity with regarding to all the three categories of employees and calculate Merrick and Taylor's differential piece rate system. The next illustration sum which we are going to do is illustration 10. Here when we see the question, calculate wages under 50:50 plan, wage rate per hour is 40, standard time 110 hours, time taken is 80 hours. Fine. Now here they have not mentioned whether it is a Rowan method or it is a Halsey method or any kind of method, but we have to understand whether which category of sum is this. When we see the sum here, it is 50:50 plan. In the sense, this is 50% of the bonus. In the sense, if we tell 50% of the bonus, this is Halsey plan's formula. We have to apply Halsey plan. So what is the formula to calculate Halsey plan? Formula to calculate Halsey plan: earning is equal to hours worked. Earning is equal to hours worked into rate per unit plus half time saved into rate per hour. Fine. Now Halsey plan, that is 50:50 plan, means it is Halsey plan. Hours worked, it is 80. Hours worked, it is time taken is hours worked, it is 80 into rate per hour, 40 rupees 40 standard time, that is wage rate per hour rupees 40 standard rupees 40. The wage rate per hour is rupees 40. So wage rate per hour is 40 plus half. How is 30 is? Standard time is 110. Time taken is 80. So what is the time saved? The time saved is 30 into rate per hour is 40. So 80 into 40. 3,200 plus 30 into 40, 1,200 into 0.5, I get 600. So 3,200 plus 600, I get 3,800. This is the Halsey plan, as it is 50:50 rule applied on the bonus category.